September 11th, President Bush was in Florida to promote an education policy. At approximately 8:30 a.m., he left his hotel and headed for Booker Elementary School in Sarasota. Before entering the building, he was aware a plane had struck one of the Twin Towers. In fact, Bush claimed more than once that he saw the first strike live on television. This is impossible, unless President Bush saw something the public has not. Video of the first strike was not broadcast until later that evening. Minutes after Flight 175 strikes the South Tower, Chief of Staff Andrew Card leans into President Bush's ear, whispering and walking away. And President Bush continues to listen to My Pet Goat. Despite the fact that both Twin Towers had been hit and another plane was in the air and suspected to be hijacked, he remained at the school for a half hour, addressing the nation at 9:30 a.m. How could the Secret Service allow this? President Bush's itinerary had been public knowledge since September 7th. The only way Booker Elementary could not be considered a target was if the Secret Service knew for a fact that it wasn't. With that being said...
Well, that is an excellent point right there. Another clip from Loose Change 9/11, An American Coup by Dylan Avery, narrated, as you just heard, by Daniel Sinjata, who unfortunately will not be able to join us today. Great point, Dylan. He's sitting there. He's put. I'd like to know exactly what Andy Card whispered into his ear. George, just shut up, stay put. Your daddy has arranged everything. You're going to Offutt to go meet Warren Buffett. But, to not get him out of there is really, I think, damning evidence that they knew somehow that the Booker Elementary School wouldn't be a target. Everyone knew the president was going to be there that day.
Absolutely. It's been public knowledge since the 7th. And, I just expressed to both you and your audience that Daniel did want to make it onto the show, but he couldn't make it with his current schedule, and he does spend his best.
Daniel is also a good friend of mine, and I'm accused of being a racist because I have opposed Obama's war hawk policies and social engineering as well. And Daniel is a man of color. I think that actually that works good for the film, although they'll tell us that this is just left-wing propaganda. You're crazy loon left-wing Obama supporters. But, I mean, do you believe in gun control?
No, I do not. I also believe that reinstating the Patriot Act is a bad thing. It's not representative of change or hope at all.
Are you on board with the new Obama perestroika health care?
I don't think I am, no. I haven't. I don't know.
How about the carbon tax? Are you for the carbon tax?
I can't say I am.
How about the big government bailout of the auto industry in Wall Street? Were you for that?
I think we should bail out our education system first.
Obviously, you're not a left-wing extremist then. You passed the test, and I know Daniel isn't either. So much for these ad hominem attacks and these categorizations, which are meant to put us in some kind of a box so people won't listen to us. I played earlier the confrontation with We Are Change and Dick Benveniste, which is something else. If you haven't seen that, that's up on 9/11 Blogger, and I've got that up on my sites as well. Where they just openly call him a traitor, and the disdain. I mean, he wants to punch these guys. The disdain for daring to question the 9/11 Commission report, which he says if you're objective, then you believe that. Objectivity, apparently to Richard Benveniste, means you just believe everything the government tells you.
Well, now, I mean, we have John Farmer, the man who wrote the 9/11 Commission, publicly calling it into question. I mean, how many more people need to come forward and question the 9/11 Commission's findings before it's official?
Well, I wanted to ask you about that because his John Farmer's book, The Ground Truth, he was interviewed on Air America with our friend Bad Brad Friedman, and his excuse for the lies, the prosecutorial lies that were told completely throughout this whole 9/11 Commission, this whitewash, is incompetence. They were covering up for incompetence. The whole thing sounds like it's putting your finger in the dike, excuse the expression, to stop the complete breaking of the dam of 9/11 truth. This almost seems like a staged thing. Not that it isn't true, not that his value to how bad the commission was run isn't relevant, but his conclusions are completely asinine.
Yeah, he stops short of calling it a cover-up, I guess. And as you said, if anything, he makes it seem like they're covering up for incompetence, which again, is the charitable explanation. But even if they are covering up, and even if the 9/11 Commission was set up to fail, as so many people have said so, then we need a new one.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's the beautiful thing. I mean, and again, I understand even if he's coming out and supporting a limited view, such as they're covering up the fact that they screwed up. Just the simple fact that John Farmer is now in a position where he can come out and say things like that is stellar, and I think it's only going to lead to more.
Excellent point. And if this is, planned gatekeeping, it's going to backfire, because that's the point. If the commission was wrong, if the people could have been prosecuted for lying to the commission, if the commission was a giant whitewash to cover up incompetence, then we still need another investigation.
Absolutely. Yeah, one way or another, we need a new investigation. I think even people like John Farmer can probably agree with that.
Well, we're getting Mr. Farmer on this program. Hopefully, maybe not after what I just said, but we're working on it. Did you hear? I have this story up at DeadlineLive.info. Again, we're with Dylan Avery from Loose Change 9/11 and American Coup, the new film that is out that is fantastic. Did you hear? Speaking of false flag terrorism, Zbigniew Brzezinski was talking about shooting down Israeli planes if they go try to fly through Iraq to attack Iran. He doesn't want to see that happen. He's suggesting we should shoot down the Israeli planes. He said that, quote, no one wishes for this, but it could be a Liberty in reverse. He's referring to the USS Liberty, where Israel attacked us, shot our people while they were escaping in lifeboats, and blamed it on Egypt in order to prosecute the Six-Day War, a massive land grab operation, and another false flag terror event. Zbigniew Brzezinski, from his own words, that was a false flag terror event. But yet people don't believe that there is such a thing.
Yep. Didn't another person involved with Operation Gladio just come out too?
Well, there have been many over the years. Gladio, the NATO option, the Salvador option, and then most recently P2OG. I mean, that's open source information for anybody that wants to find it.